And we're back.
Oh, welcome back to another episode of Sippin On Love. We're back for another episode. I want to check in on my man. How are you doing?
Child, I'm here. I'm getting over whatever because Mother Nature doesn't know what she wants to do. Is it winter? Is it spring? Spring, summer, fall? Fall, summer? Fall, spring?
You sound like Sheree. She by Sheree.
And I sound like sneeze like Sheree because Jesus. So y'all, I just apologize in advance for the snuffles and possible sneezing.
We've been sick all week.
We're claiming that it's not going to happen. But we're here.
We're here.
And
thank God. Highly favored. Highly favored.
Won't he do it?
So we want to start off, with I love first
you.
Segment. I love you.
Mm-hmm. I started last time. Your turn.
Oh, mine.
Yeah. What you got to say? Baby boy, put it on me.
I love you.
Uh-huh. Period.
I'm going to use this because we did this today. I love you. But can you slow down? My man be speed walking like he's in a power walking marathon. Like he's training for the Olympics. I call it the administrative walk because he's walking like 20 miles per hour and I'm trying to catch up. Whew.
I mean,
so you just,
we was on a mission today.
We were.
And I was just trying to make sure that everything happened the way that it needed to happen in a timely fashion.
That's one thing. On the I-10, we're going to get there at one time with him.
And I'm just maneuvering with the crowd because people are stupid and they be in the way. Okay, not all people, but y'all know what I'm talking about. There needs to be like stupidity and anger management instead of anger management.
Yeah, they do have people who just walk slow. No care in the world. We have nowhere to be. La 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 la. It's giving. It's giving. He's there from Friday. Move.
But yes, I can't work on that, but that means we gotta wake up earlier, so therefore we can take our time.
We didn't say all that.
You said for me to slow down. In order for me to slow down, that means we need to have more time.
Like frolic and just,
that
glide.
means we need more time.
Just glide.
My legs are still not that long. So let's call a thing. There is some vertical challengement.
Oh my God. Okay.
Just a little bit.
Ciao.
But yes, I receive it. But I'm stuck at the I love you. Period. And so I love you. Period. Let me count the ways. One but no. So I love you and because I don't really complain. Like I don't call it complaining. Like I don't have any like things to call you out on. Like
I know.
Stop bringing your germs home from work with them old nasty people with muskrats and stuff. Because let me tell y'all, because my man he be working in the labs and people and stuff, helping people fight cancer, and it's just like cool, dope. But then like they be sick and still going to work. Some of them be wearing masks, and then a lot of them don't wash their hands. And I'm just like, could you not? That's what he come home and tell me. So that I know is true because not only did he see it, he heard somebody from somebody else who said somebody and saw someone else do it and reported back. You don't talk in your sleep just like you don't snore, allegedly. But yes, could you keep work germs at work? Because I don't bring no work germs from the schools.
Wear masks and wash hands frequently.
Thank you. It's appreciated.
You're welcome.
Or just change your gloves a little bit more often.
That's just me showing my love, bringing my love back home to you. What's mine is yours.
Shit from them.
I don't want to be sick alone. That's it. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So I love you.
I love you more. My man's so sexy.
So, as of course, we're going to continue our theme of my body,
choice.
This topic we're going to be talking about is
not to be aggressive about it, but we're going to talk about it because I'm sure a lot of us have perspectives, experiences, and opinions about the role porn has in one's individual life, but then also in a relationship. So I'm excited.
I feel like this is getting a little spicy, so tell us what we're drinking on first.
So we are sipping on a spicy mango margarita. It has a little kick to it. And as always, there will be a recipe in the description for this episode, so you can continue to sip with us. Oh, reminds you of anything, huh? I cracked myself up.
You're about to sip that slow.
You have a whole episode.
Oh my God. Okay.
Enjoy.
So with this game, I'm going to give you descriptions, and I want you to see if you can give me the category.
Okay.
That I'm describing.
Yeah, I was so wrong. This might tell them.
For all you porn watchers, it's going to be very telling.
Help us out in the comments.
I'm going to start off easy though. Let's start off easy. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, chubby, plumper, fat pornography features thick, overweight, or obese women.
I'm going to say chubby chasers. Is that a topic? Is that a name? No.
Mm-hmm. No. Let's go.
So, no, it wouldn't be BBL. Is it BBL? BW.
Yes.
Can we? First off, I'm gay. I don't watch that heterosexual.
Right, but that's one of the most talked about.
I don't know why. That's not me.
Okay, how about this one? This should be even easier. Just women. It's back to women, but it should be easy. Just women, generally over 30, in fantasy scenarios with younger men.
Mother individuals like to fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want them.
Depicts bondage and discipline.
BDSM.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Now this one, I don't think you're gonna know this.
Try me.
You're not.
Try me. Probably not the exact title of it. Because words mean things.
So, involving vomiting and gagging.
Vomiting and gagging? Like, it's a specific... That's not like... It's not scat play. Because scat play is the other end. Throat goat.
No, this one is amidophilia.
Girl,
I told you I go to that.
You didn't even want no science lesson.
Okay, how about this? Involving urine.
Scat play. No, wet works. Water works.
Mm-hmm. Water sports.
That too.
The feature is golden showers.
That's so you just connected to that, right?
Yeah.
Water works. Yeah. Water sports.
It's usually a male or female performer who has several men or women.
Train.
Think of the B word.
Gangbang.
Gangbang, but that's like a specific B word.
Cocky.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who came up with that? Because y'all, that actually sounds disgusting coming out.
That word, actually, I don't know why.
But it sounds because it's naughty. But it's like bukkake. We're gonna have no, I'm not saying that on here.
Bukkake.
Boo is cocky.
Like boo, you cocky. I don't know.
Well, someone gotta be cocky. You taking all that, girl. Boy, y'all, they.
Okay, I'm gonna give you like maybe two more.
Yeah,
and then we can move on from it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so features male or female performing fellatio or other sexual acts on unidentified men through a small hole.
Oh, glory holes.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll give you one more. Let's go with this one. Pornography depicts simultaneous anal and vaginal penetration of double vaginal, double
penetration.
Mm-hmm. That's it. If y'all got all those right, girl, y'all are nasty.
You're not nasty.
Y'all are nasty.
Sexually cultured. We're gonna hold space for you and not yuck your yum.
We're not, because whatever you like, whatever rocks your boat, whatever gets those juices flowing, whatever relieves your stress, I'm here for it.
Indeed. So,
on my first question, what did you learn about yourself, and what did you like after viewing porn?
Immediately what comes to mind is like I just became more fascinated and more aware of my body and other people's bodies. When it comes to like what I know, Shade, like I do like the scenes when like there's the passionate moaning. I like the scenes where you, yes sir, round of applause. Let me hear you. Yeah. But what I've also noticed was like I don't know. Like I enjoy all the things of it, like all the new positions, because that's an encyclopedia right there. You can learn some stuff. But it's just like when I first was introduced to it, when I was growing up, like, I was just fascinated with it because, like, oh, this is how sex works. And because parents didn't talk to me about that shit. They just said, you don't need to worry about it. And if you do get involved, make sure you wrap it up. That was the extent of my conversation about sex, anything. So my education was through porn. And then later, my peers of them telling me about their experience while I was in college. So it's just like, okay.
I think what I learned was my interest for the same gender. Because I started off watching gay porn. I didn't even start watching straight porn.
I did start with straight porn.
I started with gay porn. And I was like, this is interesting. And so the floodgates open after that. What I also learned was I had to learn that what you see in porn is not what you would want typically in real life sometimes. So I learned that, one, take my time and learn the different things that I like with different parts of my body that I would think turn me on.
Those hot spots.
Learning that trial and error. If I see something that I like, I would talk to somebody that I trust to experiment with those different acts that I want to, perform. I also learned that I don't have to like everything, and communicate if I'm not feeling it. And I also learned that kissing is a must. I know we're in a new generation where people just don't want to kiss, or they have rules to kissing. Whatever. Baby, I need to kiss. Every time.
I'm aware.
That's what I need for me. I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first, okay? So, I think also I had to learn it. Of course, it didn't teach you the cleaning process, but it kind of taught you different roles. Bottoming, topping, there's verse, there's people. Now we have people who don't even want to be a part of the sexual
They
action.
just want to watch.
They just want to watch. It opened my eyes to, some of those different options as well, of trying different positions and things that I might like to, indulge.
Exactly.
So with porn, we have fantasy versus reality, kind of like what I was hinting at. How can porn be damaging to people's expectations, boundaries, social aspects?
I think it goes to exactly what you have pointed out about times porn does not show you the reality of sex. Because let's call a thing. Between the real life porn and then even now the animated porn, like some of the situations and scenarios are not fucking real. Like, y'all, I walked into the office and immediately my boss threw me across the desk and ravaged me. Girl, you're both getting fucking fired. Stop it. Like, and then what we're also seeing now with the fantasy versus reality is a lot of y'all that like that public play and cute shit. Yeah. Y'all going to jail too. So, like, I talk about that, but specifically going back to the first one, like the type of sex that we tend to see on porn, like the more aggressive, domineering. And it's interesting because I also love like the drama that falls out from some of the stars. It was like, no, I ain't messing with you no more because you were too aggressive and I told you that. And I was like, girl, we just want to see y'all
on social media?
Yeah. It's like, girl, we just want to see y'all fuck. Like, but I think that reality goes right back to what you stated too. Like, if you're not communicating, if you're not aware of what it is that you like, what it is that you want, you won't get what you get. And because just being real, like what also the depictions that it also shows, and this is my last point, is like who has the power in sex. And a lot of the times it does kind of connect with that patriarchal or man dominant mentality. So in essence, like the tops would be in charge and the tops get what they want. And as long as the tops get their nut, it's good. And it's just like, but that's not real life. That's the legit one night stand because they ain't ever calling you back.
Because they got some dominant bottoms. And they have some dominant women. So I was about to say, adding on to what you were saying, what they don't show is that you have to ease it on in. You can't just go straight to Pound Town. Especially if you're not experienced or if you haven't had sex for a while, we got to ease that in. Mm-hmm. Baby, it's not just going from 0 to 100. So they don't show that part. They don't show if there's like different body odors or smells.
And how to respond.
They don't show if back then they didn't show a variety of body types. Now that we have, everybody with a OnlyFans page, or now that we have kind of progressed, people like thicker people like really skinny people like small little people. There's variety. Yeah. So they didn't have all that variety back then. I think also with the expectation is that everybody is like into it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like if you watch enough porn, you can tell like when there's no chemistry with that person. God. Like,
and it's just like,
and it's dry, right? Especially like if we have the gay for pay, or like like you can tell they don't really want to kiss, or like it's those pecks, or like like it's not passionate enough.
Yeah,
and you can tell.
So there's no desire. This is just a check,
literally. And I'm just like, because we have to realize, porn used to be an art form. Mm-hmm. Even though it is sex and something I feel like it was mostly dominated for men.
Yeah. I
feel like it was an art form still.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
So I feel like some people had lost the plot because they just want to get paid, because porn does pay a good coin.
Mm-hmm. Especially once you get the following and win the awards, notoriety, and all the things. Yeah.
Right. But it's like, after a while, I need you to, like, if you're going to do this, I need you to commit. Like, at least put on that acting hat or something, So I feel like with porn, it doesn't show you the preparation. It doesn't show you if somebody's uncomfortable, because you can also see the cut scenes. Like, it cuts to this, it cuts to that, it cuts to this, because either somebody probably ejaculated soon and they need to do it again. Somebody probably wasn't moaning right, so you had to do it again. That
moaning too much.
That lighting wasn't right. That's what when I started watching straight porn, that used to kill me. Those female scenes, girl, shut the hell up. I know it doesn't feel that good. I just know. In my mind, at that point, you could tell she's faking. So I used to feel like a lot of females back then used to fake, and I was like, I don't want to watch this.
To add to that too, like, I think when we talk about boundaries, it also showed like a lack of concern for your partner, because again, like with the aggressiveness and the dominance, but it's just like you can literally hear the difference between a moan of pleasure and then a cry for "bitch, help me."
Yeah,
like in a lot of the I think of that scene with Dream and the other guy, I don't remember his name, and like dude was hollering, not moaning, hollering, and Dream's like, "You will just take it. Shut up." Like, I was like, you have no walls anymore, sir. You're depleted.
Yeah.
So, like, that, I just wanted to add that.
Yeah. So I'm like, we also just want to make sure that you understand, like, what you see in there is not what you're going to experience in real life. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you can, I would say to your comfortability. Mm-hmm. If you're trying to force it, or if you're trying to, go along with what the other person likes and try to please them while you're in pain, it's kind of productive, because y'all are both supposed to be enjoying it. It's not just one-sided.
Yeah.
And if it is one-sided, baby, that's not the person you should be having sex with.
Yeah.
So,
and you brought it up before, but I kind of want to delve in a little bit deeper and think about how has porn constructed our conversations around sex and sexuality. So you talked about gay for pay. You talked about men getting their ass ate, heterosexual men getting their ass ate.
That's a good one.
And that's women being as sexual as being presented as being more sexual beings just as much as men are.
Right, because I feel like one, men have this, I'm gonna say married men, married heterosexual men, have this idea that they're the sex fiends, they need sex, and their wife is supposed to give it to them. And that's all she's there for. Outside of, a wife, they turned to prostitution. I feel like there was no in between.
Yeah.
Now we kind of have like sex buddies and friends with benefits and stuff like that. But if a woman was to do the same thing of wanting to have sex all the time, wanting to do all of this, oh, she's a hoe, she's a, slut, this, that, all these things. Oh,
okay.
Shut
for that.
Hoopsie.
Okay. A harlot, and then what's the other one? We're going to stop there.
Okay, so she would be all these slurs, and it's like women are sexual too. Women like to be pleased. What you looking to say?
Actually, so like this is back like when I really got active in like LGBTQ plus advocacy, and there was a study done on like sexuality, and they showed how they basically looked at how the different sexes or genders responded to different sexual acts that were depicted on film. They saw minor spikes like across men with woman on woman, man on woman, and some man on man, and no response to like bestiality.
Mm-hmm.
Women, they had a response to just about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because and I think that kind of shows to the capacity that a woman actually has to kind of just like, you're not going to yuck her yum. She's going to get what she needs to get.
Or you know what? Because some of these women don't orgasm. And they're still waiting on their right one to do it.
Going back to what you said.
Outside of that rose in their hand.
Like you just stated earlier, they be faking. Well, some do. I'm not in y'all business or telling y'all lies or stories. But we're just revealing the facts.
Because like I said, if you're going to give pleasure, at least if you give pleasure to a woman, making sure that you understand what she wants and cater to her. That way, because a man going to get his nut regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless. But if your woman don't, I feel like you done lost the plot.
Mm-hmm.
You done lost the plot.
I also think about how porn has constructed the conversation of sex and sexuality. I think one thing, it's taken the loyalty and the connection out of it, the passion out of it, the love out of it, the sacredness out of it, because I find that like sex is a very powerful and magical thing, and for those that do align with spirituality, religion, whatever you subscribe to, you find that they talk about sex a lot, and like just how you are, like you're at a very vulnerable state spiritually, mentally, and emotionally when you're having sex. So it's really, you got to be cautious of like who you're engaging with, but they don't really have those conversations because, again, most of these scenes are wham bam, thank you sir, thank you ma'am, thank you they, like, and they're I think it goes back to what you said. There's no plot.
Yeah,
like it's just sex in your face, like a hole, a dick, put it together, you're good. Like, and it's just like there's so much more nuance and so many layers before you can even get to that stage. And I think that is what's, for lack of better words, diluting like what sex really is. I think it's more so focusing on the physicality and not the other stuff that comes with it.
Well, so added to that, what I want to say is I need people to understand that there's a difference between sex and sexuality. And understanding that line, or the separation of the two, just because you do certain sexual acts doesn't make you a specific sexuality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I hear what you're saying, but some people won't think that makes sense.
So back to what we say about the women eating men's butts. Now, I guess some women question if they eat a man's butt, is he gay? Or if a woman pegs a man, because they have women out here who's pegging men.
But then,
are they gay?
But see, hold on. See, now I'm gonna fuck up the game. Doesn't that make the woman more than just heterosexual, especially if you're pegging? Because that's kind of giving into Freud's theory of penis envy.
But see, where your mind goes.
Hold up. I ain't there yet.
Okay.
I ain't there yet. But still, we're having a woman perform what is deemed in certain contexts and for the sake of the argument, a male act. So wouldn't that kind of also align them with a more masculine identity as well? Yeah.
But I think where the mind goes is she's more dominant and he's
the receiver.
And he's gay.
Because he's receiving.
Because he's receiving.
But my thing, and I get what you're saying there, but I think that is an aspect of what porn does is like it automatically gives a gateway for society to come and dictate that, well, if you do this, you're giving society the power to dictate cause and effect. And you can't give a blanket response to individual moments.
What I would say, I don't think porn does that. I think that's just society.
No, but I'm saying porn is opening that gateway because people are doing in private.
I think what porn does is give people that comfortability to experiment, have those mindsets, have those ideas, possibly try them in their private time and keep that in their private vulnerable moment. But outside of that, if they was to discuss anything outside, I think that's where society those external forces come in and kind of make that person feel like, oh, this is bad, this is whatever.
Yes, yes, and it happens even in the moment once that clip is posted on any type of platform. Like people leave their comments, like, and what I'm getting to, what I'm saying is like, you're like kind of what you just talked about, the like that porn is exposing people to what is possible and what is out there, so therefore they can try it in their privacy. Now it's a focal point. Now it's now accessible to see that this is something that people do, and that's what I'm saying.
I think two things for me. I know we're saying the same thing. I just want to elaborate on it. One, I feel like you see more on porn websites. You don't really see negative comments. You don't see people trolling because of
their filters and stuff.
Not even just the filters, just people's viewpoint on porn. You either have people who think porn is bad, or you have people who secretly watching porn because they don't want to be viewed as, nasty, disgusting, or whatever. And you have people who just don't like porn at all. So of course you're gonna only see comments from people who like porn, who's unapologetic about liking porn. So on porn websites, you only see positive things. Like I said, this still gives people that gateway to view it as much as they want, have that secret fantasy, and they don't have to share that with anybody until they find somebody that shares that same fantasy. Now, when we go on Twitter, that's a different story. I still feel like all the positive comments are pushed up towards the top, and any negative ones, and even if you're going to Twitter, you're not going for the comments. You're basically going for the video, and all they care about, like the creator is caring about, is the views, and the likes and shares.
Yes, and like
I said, with the external forces, the only problem is, like you said, once it gets to the internet, now people have something to say. Like when you have a platform like X and those things, now everybody has something to say about it. And unapologetically, that's where you get the people who support it and the people who don't support it. But if you're on a porn website, baby, you got to create a whole account just to...
And that's the piece there, because it's like, we got to think about, yes, it's far more accessible now. Quality full-length porn comes with a coin. And a lot of people, and this is going to segue into our next question, but a lot of people, like me, I ain't paying for that shit.
Right. Right. You gotta pay to say.
Like, and my thing is like, with porn, it's just like, for me, porn is an extension of sex. Like, in a way, follow me, stay with me, because I know, that ain't it. But because I said, it's like, just like I don't pay for sex physically, why am I paying for sex visually? No, that doesn't compute for
you.
That's why I don't do it. So, so that's why like what you're saying though, like, yes, that makes sense. But going back to the impetus of the conversation about like the conversations that are constructed about what is presented through porn. Think about it. When certain scenes with certain people and certain acts are taking place, like on X or any of those like background behind the woods or even the porn sites, eventually it becomes a conversation on mainstream social media, i.e. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Like, it is just like, why y'all care so much?
But I think right now, one, because everybody has access to the internet and everybody wants to say something, give their 2 cents, whether it's asked or not. And two, I feel like we're in a generation where like we're more carefree, more sexually liberated, and like
we're more aware.
Not even that, like you just more aware because you scroll, there's a butt cheek, tits, a penis. You know, everybody's like at this point. I feel like we've become numb to like body parts, just period. We just numb the body parts to where sex is like it's not. You would have to have the right people, the right chemistry for it to be a moment. Because right now, sex is just numb. Because we just see
it's too accessible. It's too
every 5 minutes. Literally, yes.
And so
like going back to porn being an art form. So if you're going to do it, you need to commit to it and, you know, make sure that you're putting in money for the production, putting money into finding the right partner, putting money into the right scenes, because otherwise it's playing in the background. It's background noise.
So I'm going to play with my man a little bit here.
Not on camera.
Hold on, y'all.
Okay.
So I want to take what you just stated, because you've been lifting up the fact that porn is an art form for quite some time throughout the conversation, and I'm really curious to see if porn is seen as an art form from your perspective, then how does that impact the relationship? We talked about porn, about the conversations and what we've learned from it growing up. Now we're coming into the space of I guess the better question is, what is your stance and understanding of the impact of porn in a relationship, and like, what's your take on it?
Oh, me personally, I don't care. I don't care. Like my man said, I feel like porn is the extension of sex. Some couples use porn to spice things up. Where they both watch it together. They both, masturbate, or that's something to help initiate the sex. Some couples like to record and have their own videos. So I have no issues. I know there are some couples who are like, if you watch porn, you're cheating on me, or why are you watching porn if I'm at home? Insecure. Some people do have insecurity. Like, you have that spectrum of people who just don't like porn. So it's like, why are you watching it? Because some people feel like once y'all are together, you shouldn't even be watching porn anymore. You should just be focusing on your partner.
You putting out?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And even if they don't, they still feel like you're visually cheating on them because you're watching another. It's mostly women, but they do have some gay men who feel the same way.
Yeah.
So you're visually watching somebody else, whoever it is that you went to that video for, because everybody got their favorite porn star. I'm not gonna say mine. But you go into a video for a particular porn star, and then I guess if your partner knows, or even if they don't know, if you're a straight person, they'll know that you went watch another female have sex. So they're thinking that you're fantasizing about somebody else. Me, I don't care as long as my man take care of himself in his necessary time. That's his time. I'm not going to disturb his time. If I have my time, I'm not going to disturb, don't disturb my time. So, but if we both a little frisky, we going to make it, be known. Because something's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Something's going to happen.
The damn tables are knocking the boots.
Oh my God.
But, so, yeah, so I've in life, I have experienced the other side of we're together, you shouldn't be in porn, until I got to you. Like, until you and I got to you were the first partner ever that was like, I don't care. Like, just make sure that shit is right with that's not a fucking problem. You just make sure you motherfucking right. But yeah. Like, yeah. So and that's why for me, porn was always seen as like a taboo. Because, like, of course, growing up in the church and all the stuff, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Tell my body to stop. Okay? God damn it. Shit. Like, y'all be praying and tearing. Talk together. Like, help me. But moving forward, my thing is that if you're requiring or having an expectation that once you're in a relationship that porn stops, what's replacing it? Because I guess I know some of you are like, you should have the self-control, but I guess, whatever. What is self-control though, for real? But because my thing is, this is like, at the end of the day, like, for me, and this is my perspective, if you're taking something out of what I've done and what's a part of my natural chemistry, my flow that helps me keep my shit together, mentally and physically, like, and you're saying, no, I don't want that. I don't want you to do that because I feel this way. Okay, I respect your feelings. But what about me? What? Because like now I'm cutting off a portion of who I am, a part of, I guess we could say, in lack of better words, like my release, like my way of handling stress, my way of coping, my way of doing what I need to do. Because especially, and I'm not one that believes in personally and directly subjecting myself to blue balls. That's not happening. Walking around the fucking pain. Y'all crazy.
This man gets very cranky, very aggressive. So I'll be like, girl, let me go take care of this man real quick because it's been too long. Lord, before I have to punch him down. So what I want to say to what are they doing to replace the porn?
Oh, there's be someone to add to that too. But go ahead, no.
I just want to make sure. Well, I just want to give some tips on either going on date nights. We're doing date nights once a week. We rotate it. My turn is 1 week. His turn is the next week. So rotate. If you can't do it every week, maybe once every 2 weeks or once a month, whatever fits for y'all. But keeping that in rotation, it kind of spices things up. Adult games and just playing those periodically. If you don't know how to be sexy, dressing up, sending pictures.
If you don't know how to be sexy.
If you don't feel sexy, some people don't feel sexy. So if you don't know how, to start spicing things up, or if you feel conscious, body conscious about anything, just buy some adult games, taking sexy photos, sending videos, watching. I feel like watching porn together would really kind of relax both of y'all. And if you feel, and if you're not
you really get to see what your partner likes.
Yeah. Kind of communicating what y'all like and what y'all kind of into. You know what I'm saying? So,
you want me to bend you over the banister?
All right, so if you don't want to watch porn, if you don't want them watching porn, y'all can either watch it together or do all those other things.
Above all things, when we are addressing porn in the relationship, it boils down to one word that starts with the C and not come.
Oh,
it's communication.
Okay. I'm about to say,
there really isn't anything, and I don't know, and that has always been my own vexation with these taboos, like, oh, we don't talk about sex because, well, how the fuck you get here? Like, we have to talk about sex because that's also, not only is it like on the metaphysical realm, like really sacred, but even on the health realm, some of y'all motherfuckers are nasty. Like, we need to talk about this stuff. We need to be aware of how to take care of our body, how to pleasure our body, how to protect our body in all situations. So, and it's just like, going back to even to one of the earlier questions about, delineating between fantasy and reality in porn, people, be reminded, porn sells based off of the impact that it has. Like, was it desirable? Was it pleasurable? Was it fulfilling? Did it hit all the notes? And we know what all the notes are because it's going to be the things that arouse you and make you.
Girl, did you finish?
Right. Like,
did you go on to the next?
Right. And my thing is, it's just like, when you have those moments that, like, yeah, they hit the mark. Okay. Like, I lost my train of thought. Damn it. But still.
Side question. I want to know.
I want to know.
Are you the type of person to watch like the entire thing, or do we kind of like skip to the end?
It depends on what it is. It depends on what is going on. If they're doing too much of anything, like, I like variety. I like balance in the porn because I like what y'all working with. Like, what is so different from y'all that's going on that apparently I'm missing in my love life? And honestly, I don't see much shit. But it's just like, okay. I'm like, let me fast forward. Sometimes I fast forward, but then also, let's be real, people get real stingy with the clips now, too. And 20 seconds, what the fuck am I supposed to see of that? Like, the fuck? Like, so it is a lot of scrolling through, and it requires you to take a little bit longer, because ain't no quality shit out there.
Well, see, that's why, because I don't get on X, but I'm the old fashioned of going to the porn sites. I'm one of the few that actually likes the scenes in the beginning, like a little storyline.
I mean, those are cute too.
I watch that.
If it's believable.
It doesn't matter what it is. I watch it first. I watch that first, the entirety of the opening scene, and then I'll skip in between. Whatever I'm getting from that, I'll skip straight to the end. So I'll chop the middle and then go straight to the end. But I'm one of the few that like a storyline. I do.
I mean, growing up, in my younger times, when I was first introduced to it, yeah, I was all for that. Mm-hmm. But then, for me, the storylines became repetitive. They became predictable. It's like, oh, I dropped all this on the floor. Let me pick it up. And then, oh, you bend over, your pants rip, you're not wearing underwear, and your hole is flapping out. Nasty. But still, just that moment of that, seeing that, like, certainly, I'm not, yeah. But, and it's not that I'm not with it, it's just that, like, I guess just transparently, like.
I think you're bored with it?
Certain aspects of porn, yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer the real thing.
That's what I'm saying. Some people go straight to the end.
I prefer the real thing.
So, well, I want to give y'all a little. I'm going to give y'all a little article from Psychology Today. It's called How Couples Can Talk About Porn and Why They Should. So I want to go down to the portion where they talk about how partners can talk about porn. So they say, 1, understand the gender stories that you bring into the conversation. So they were saying that males bring a certain perspective and women bring a certain perspective. Men, start off watching porn at an early age, around 13. So they have a longer connection with porn, and they might, because of society, they have a different viewpoint on what porn looks like and how it's supposed to feel. Mm-hmm. And then women, depending on what type of experiences they've been through, whether it could be something abusive or something that they wasn't exposed to, because girls are supposed to be soft in these things. Mm-hmm. They have a certain viewpoint that they think sex is supposed to be. And also, like I said, because a lot of men, they just think it's wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. They don't think about what it takes to actually pleasure a woman. So just, 1, having the conversation, knowing that 2 different genders bring something to the conversation of what sex should feel like.
And then also 2 same genders for those that are of other communities. Like,
with your different backgrounds and experiences of what you've gone through, set a collaborative framework. So if you come to the conversation with more questions than answers, with a desire to listen with your partner and with the motivation to understand more deeply the experiences that have shaped their perspective, and there are tremendous potential for a conversation about porn to be the gateway to deeper intimacy. So just, continue asking questions. What do you like? What do you not like? What is your fantasy? What are things that kind of turn you on? What is something that you might want to see me do? Those things.
I'm going to interject right there. When you're given an opportunity, not even given, when an opportunity presents itself that your partner is asking you, what is it that you like? Please do not give the infamous cop-out of, I like whatever you like.
Please don't.
No, because don't do that bullshit. Because eventually they're going to stop asking. Mm-hmm. And they're going to operate from that headspace of, well, this is what I like, so that's what we're going to do. And therefore, you're no longer a part of the sex. You just became their doormat, honestly.
And if you're inexperienced, just say, I don't know. I just want, I'm ready to explore, though.
Teach me something. Teach
me something. Make agreements that support the relationship. Make agreements that so when you approach any sort of problem solving, I want you to use the questions as a platform. How can we keep porn from eroding our connection? Perhaps he agrees that maybe he's not going to view it as frequently, or maybe he might have that erotic material set somewhere else. And whatever fantasy that he might have, he might want to play that out with you, or he might, like you said, communicate what it is that you like and what can we do to make sure that you're not dependent on porn and more focused on me, so I'm not insecure that you are not sexually satisfied with me. Okay, and don't hesitate to ask for help. So if a person is struggling, so if you're finding that you are still stuck, please know that is a wonderful question to bring to a couples therapist who can hold space for a conversation that honors the depth of one's or both partner's pain. So a sex therapist or a therapist. What's that lady name? Dr. Elizabeth?
Sure. Babe, I need help. Can you help me?
It depends what the help is. Is it, I need help, like, getting off of this porn, babe? I need help with sexually satisfying you, babe? I need help. What is the help? It depends. Right. So, like I said, just making sure that y'all understand that y'all have different backgrounds, communicate your different experiences or viewpoints on what the sex is supposed to feel like, or what your viewpoint on what sex is.
That was what it was. So also, when you're having these conversations, stop holding back because you're afraid of one, how they're going to respond. Stop holding back because of two, you're afraid of what they're going to say. The worst they can fucking say is no. But then also in the same space, partners, be open and receptive, because be reminded, we just went through a whole conversation about how sex and porn are very much so taboo topics.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, depending on their upbringing, depending on their background and their exposure and comfort with talking about this might be a heavy lift for them. So enter a learner stance, enter a curiosity stance of like, well, tell me more. Like my hubby was saying, like, tell me more. Like, explain to me what this means. Like, because I just think about, as soon as people, like, they get the unction to function, they see something that they like, it's like, oh, but no, I don't think they're going to like that. Because stop counting yourself out. Stop denying yourself without even attempting or trying. Yes, I'm going to say yes to that. Like, ask, talk, share, send them the fucking link. Hey, what you think about this?
And don't judge. Because, like we said, don't yuck somebody's yum. Because actually, you actually might like that yuck. You just haven't tried it.
With the right, you haven't tried it, one, or it didn't happen right the first time. You didn't have the right person.
Right, so don't judge anybody. Because also, if whatever you may like, somebody else might not like, and you wouldn't want them to judge you about that.
Hello.
I just feel like my man said, everybody comes with a different background. Some people come where they don't talk about sex. I've had friends where them and their parents, all they talk about is their sexual experiences. I've had friends where...
That's different.
Right.
I didn't need to make that face, y'all.
I've had experiences where friends, parents talked about their sex life. And we were, so everybody grows up differently.
Yeah.
So whatever our experience is with sex, just be open and honest and have that conversation. Because again, don't judge anybody, because you never know. You might want to try it one day.
Hello. You might. Or it might happen to you and you didn't plan for it to happen.
Or you might find yourself on OnlyFans because it pays the bills this month. Yeah. I won't subscribe, but drop the link.
But you, as you would say to me.
Well, you know what time it is though, right?
Well, clearly, because my glass is almost empty and someone's been nursing their beverage yet. But
I've been drinking this spicy thing.
It is tipsy talk. Talking in the tipsy.
So, for tipsy talk, I'm going to shift gears a little bit. Because there was a conversation that I was having with someone, and I forgot. Well, I don't want to get into the whole gist of the conversation. Yeah. But with this, it led to this question. So I wanted to ask, where do you establish the line of a friendship that you're content with of not... Okay, so where do you establish the line of being comfortable with not talking to someone frequently versus someone you feel like is not reciprocating the same energy?
Okay. So in essence, we're talking about balance in relationships.
Yeah.
Getting what you give. So...
And telling the difference between the two. Of a friend that you're okay with not talking to frequently versus a friend that you feel like is not reciprocating that same energy.
I think immediately what comes to mind for that, I think about like what was communicated at the beginning. Like, not even what was communicated at the beginning, like how do y'all communicate? And I say this because like when we talk about the friends that like we're okay with not touching base with every single day or whatever the case might be because we understand, because more than likely in those situations, communication happened. Mm-hmm. That, hey, I'm about to go MIA for a bit. If you need me, this is how you contact me, and it's going to take me a while to follow back up. Mm-hmm. Or I'm about to go ghost. You're not going to hear from me. You're not going to see me on social media, all those things. And it's just like, I need space. I need to deconnect. I need to deplug or unplug, whatever the case might be. You already prefaced and established, you communicated what's about to happen, and you also provided clarity of what you need from your friend, your partner, your individual that you're connected to. On the other end, when you're looking at the balance of getting what you give, that reciprocity piece, I think about one particular situation where not only do I look at myself and like how I conducted myself in the friendship, but I also just look at the repeated patterns of behavior that happen with other people. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about the reciprocity, I start off with treating you the way I know I deserve to be treated. Like it's just automatically in physicality and the action of what I do and who I am. Then we have conversation about it. So you're getting understanding of why I do what I do as a friend. Mm-hmm. And you've received an example and you've received verbal explanation. Mm-hmm. That's it.
He said, that's it.
That's it.
I came to dance for y'all.
That's it. It is now up to you. I'm equipping you with the information to make sound choices. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about it. As a friend, I don't believe you have any need, right, or you should have any need, right, or desire to lie to me. Period. About anything. If you're not comfortable telling me about it, shut the fuck up. Easy. But for you to boldly come out and just tell a lie and then repeat that lie and then repeat that lie to other people to maintain your story, but then you're not good at that. So, like, for me, when it looks at that reciprocity, I look at what I've given and what I get back in return, mm-hmm. and how many times I allow it to happen, because I definitely align with the rule that people will only do what you allow them to. Yeah. So you can't get upset when people are playing with your time, playing in your face, and testing you and challenging or testing your loyalty, for lack of better words. Mm-hmm. People will only do what you allow. And if you sit up here and allow them to do that, it's going to continue to happen until you either have a conversation or you make the decisions to make some rearrangements. Mm-hmm. So that's my take. What about you?
For me, how I establish the line is based on the friendship, mm-hmm. the bond, the connection that we have. So for people that I've built tenure with or these strong bonds with, I know tenure. I know that if this person, well, I do have those friends who's like, I'm going to go ghost for a while. I'm going to be focused on, work, mm-hmm. school, whatever. I do have those friends like that. Right. So that I do have some of those friends that'll give us the heads up, but I don't always get a communication. Life happens. But I know, if I know this person to my core, yeah, I know that they're either focused on something, life is happening, and that, they need to take care of what they got going on. And I'm going to also focus on what I got going on. And so the thing for me is knowing that line between people who I'm comfortable with not communicating with frequently versus people who I feel like are not reciprocating the energy is those people who I don't talk to frequently, if I'm the one that's always reaching out every time, that's where the problem comes in for me. Because it's okay for those people that I have that bond with, it's okay for us to not speak frequently. It's okay for us to go weeks, months without talking, as long as I'm not the one that's always initiating conversation. If I'm always initiating conversation, then baby, nobody wants some distance from me, and I'm just forcing the relationship. Yeah. Because then that's what it feels like to me. And of course, I'm going to communicate that eventually if that's how I feel. But for the most part, I don't typically have that issue. But for the people who I may talk to consistently, who I'm not as close to, or I've built that tenure with, because these are people who I've been friends with like since middle school, high school. You know, that I'm comfortable with. Like my best friend, me and my best friend been best friends since college. So I'm okay with, you know, people like them. But if it's people who I have formed new relationships with or who are more recent, and yes, we do have a strong relationship, but it's not to this level of friendship, I feel like if I'm constantly reaching out to you and you're not reaching back out to me, then obviously I'm going to feel away. And I feel like I'm going to communicate that. Or if I decide not to communicate that, I'm just going to distance myself. And if you don't reach out to me, then obviously we're not compatible. We're no longer serving each other's needs as far as a friendship. So I'm okay with the relationship dying out. It's just don't come back to me with the foolishness of, oh, hey, stranger, or I haven't heard from you in a while, and this, that, and the third.
Because you want to fight and get
when the phone works both ways.
Very much so.
So
I want to add to that. So 2 things. One, there's nothing wrong with impulsive connection. And when I say this, what I'm saying is like when you have those unctions, when those people cross your mind, reach out to them. Because truthfully, that most times is a test, for lack of better words, from spirit, God, universe, whomever, whatever you subscribe to, align with, of really showing you who's for you and who is not. And I say this because when certain people that you reach out to, because it means those random moments, you need to text so-and-so, or someone crosses your mind, or you had a dream about this person, and you send them say, hey, you've crossed my mind. Whatever response you get is going to tell you what type of relationship you have. When I say this, because one, no response is still a response.
Yes.
Just like we don't chase no man, and for those that are heterosexual, no woman or the opposite sex, why are you chasing friends?
Never.
Secondly,
never.
Those instances when you get that unction to function, that download of like, you need to reach out to so-and-so, or they cross your mind and you do reach out, and they either immediately respond or they respond in just a manner that is just like, oh my gosh, you don't know all the things that have been going on in my life. You were that lifesaver, right? I think a lot of the times we get so caught up and so stuck in, well,
like the me,
right? But then I should have started with that. Just like we're clear in the expectations, needs, desires, and wants in a romantic relationship, the same thing happens in a platonic relationship. Tell your motherfucking friends what the fuck you expect out of them, what you need from them. Yeah. I tell every last one of my friends, you get 3 strikes.
Not 3. Oh,
why do you need more? You're fucking adults. You get 3 strikes.
I feel like, okay.
You get 3 strikes. Okay. But see, the thing about me, like I told you, I model what I would like to receive, and then we also have a conversation. I'm not going to call you out when you fuck up. In my mind, mental notes, that's strike 1. You already know something is off because you don't hear from me as much. Number 2, strike 2. Oh, bitch, you won't hear from me unless you reach out to me. I'm just about done. 3rd strike, you're dead to me. Because, yeah. And I think that this goes back into those aspects of really knowing who you are. And even though like we started talking about porn, but like this interconnects with so much about knowing yourself and really establishing these, I don't want to call them protections and make it seem like, oh, we have to be so guarded, but unfortunately we do. But like being very clear of what you will and will not tolerate in your world and your space. This also connects to me with Maya Angelou. She had a party, and this is a story that I've seen many a times or heard about many a times. There was a party that she hosted at her house, and a guest, I don't know who this guest was just saying a whole bunch of obscenities about people, different types of people, LGBTQ, women, whatever, and just loud, raucous, all stuff. First off, you fucked up as doing this in Dr. Maya Angelou's home because it's Dr. Maya Angelou. And she, again, established boundaries of what is expected and what is going to be tolerated in her space. She graciously went to that guest and said, you have to leave. Ooh. That is not welcomed here. Mm-hmm. And again, going back to the overall principle, people are only going to do what you allow them to. Mm-hmm. People are going to play in your face if you allow them to. People are going to play with your time if you allow them to. People are going to play with your unlimited minutes and your unlimited data and your unlimited text messages if you allow them to.
We had to pay it at one point.
Okay. Without rollover. So, like, it's just being very, very clear of what it is that you want to experience in these various relationships. And then telling people, because at the end of the day, a relationship is a compromise between two very distinct people.
Compromise.
Okay, Eartha. But and I get that too. Like, why should I have to? But guess what? That's the point. I'm telling you what I need. You have a choice. You always have a fucking choice. Do I align with what my person is telling me that they need, regardless of the type of relationship that they have, or am I going to buck the system and try to be surreptitious, sneaky, and manipulative, and still try to go with the flow, but then try to coax you into my way? Or third, nah, that's not for me, and back out graciously. Like, you always have a choice in every single situation, but I think when we are putting people at a disadvantage, we're not always 100% truthful of what it is that we need, want, desire, and require. Not all that other stuff, what we require in connections with us.
You see triggered, baby. Like, we just touched a point, a nerve.
Because I take relationships very, very seriously.
I see.
Romantic and platonic. As
You took us to church real quick, girl. You okay?
I've been through some shit.
Girl, you must be tongue.
And I know some shit.
I see.
And then we ain't repeating shit.
Amen to everything that he said. I don't put people on a 3-strike rule. I feel like
he's nicer than me. That's fine.
That is also. But I feel like also, one, with your friends, you should communicate. If you have issues, work that out. And if it's to a point where you feel like your friends begins to either take advantage of you, disrespect you, or make you feel away, I feel like that's where those boundaries kick in. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's okay if a friend is not used to a particular boundary that you know that they're going to have to get used to, give them that grace of like, hey, I'm going to remind you of this. But if you feel like it's something that they're intentionally doing to be malicious, that's when
that ass to the curb.
You already gave enough grace period. Then you just cut that off. But if you have a set boundary that y'all both understand and that that they should, y'all both agree to, they should respect it. I feel like the first one you can forgive because oops, it was a mistake. That second one, girl, okay, I told you what it was.
Yeah.
And these are the repercussions.
Uh-huh.
So, now me, my man, he have his thing. My only thing, and I was going to ask you this question of what is like something petty that you've cut a friend off for, or anybody that you cut off anybody, whether it's family or anybody. My thing when it comes to friendships is do not question my loyalty as a friend, because I feel like if you know me, if we are friends genuinely, you know who I am as a person. If I do anything, if I move with intent, you know that it's for the betterment of both of us. Or if I feel like it's something that's going to help either you or me in the long run. And I feel like when people sit up here and question my loyalty towards them, and then they start discussing this with other people, that's why I'm like, are we friends? Because why aren't you comfortable enough to come talk to me? I understand they have people who be like, oh, I want to check to see if I'm tripping. But if you have a whole conversation of just bashing me and being like, oh, I don't understand why he did this, and just never come talk to me about it, and I hear from a third party that you're questioning me as a friend, then that's what I have issues with, and I just cut it off altogether. Like, there's no conversation. If you don't trust me, if you don't think I was a good friend, it's dead. We don't have to continue this relationship because obviously you don't know me as a person. However long we've been friends, you don't understand and you didn't get to learn who I am genuinely. So I'm not going to continue to share those vulnerable parts of myself with you because obviously you don't care. So
I'm only going to interject in one thing. It's not even that they didn't do it. They didn't care to. Because every relationship takes time. But to answer your question, I've cut off both family members and friends for petty shit.
Yeah, me too.
The first, and when you say petty, like, it would benefit to be specific, but I guess I'm just going to talk, and it's just going to reveal my level of petty. Family I've cut off because you like to have conversations about me, and you don't know shit. Either with
secret meetings by the pool.
Secret meetings by the pool, or you big and bad and bold enough to post shit on social media like I don't know how to work social media better than you. So that was one of those instances, and it was all revolving around me being gay. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, you can barely pay your rent. So priorities, right? My business, your lifestyle. So that piece. When it came to friends, I think the pettiest thing, whatever, it keeps coming up. You lied over something stupid. So
Beyonce with resentment. That's got to be a theme song. So we cut off friends because they had
I cut off friends because you lied.
Oh,
and you perpetuated that lie on several occasions, not just to me.
So don't have sneaky readings by the pool.
No. Don't lie.
Don't have sneaky peeks.
No, don't fucking lie.
Oh, damn. Okay, just don't lie.
Just don't lie.
Just don't lie. Trigger them.
Like, if you could lie about something as simple as just a quick ride somewhere, what else have you lied to me about? What else will you lie to me about? I don't care to know. We're done. Is it really a friendship? Is it really any type of relationship if you feel that you have to lie to somebody? So maybe that is petty that I don't give enough grace. Maybe it is petty that, like, I have a problem with people speaking on my life and they don't know shit about what I'm going through or what I've gone through or what's going on. Or, and definitely you have no pot to piss in. Like, how are you're comparing apples to oranges here? Shut the fuck up, mind your business.
More of the story, don't lie.
And all of your business belongs to you.
And on that note, that's the end of the episode.
That's all. I'm about done because you see my glasses empty. My man's still nursing.
Took us to church.
My man is nursing.
So thank y'all for listening to another episode. Make sure that you continue to follow us on all of our social media.
Yeah.
On TikTok. On Facebook. And on Instagram. Good. On Sipping_on_love.
And Facebook is just Sipping On Love.
Okay.
And to keep the conversations going and the drinks still flowing, continue to follow and subscribe on all of our streaming platforms. YouTube, yes, because we're visual now. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. And if no one's told you today, I love you. We love you. And keep sipping on love. Peace out.